You're no stranger to Philippine politics as well. You're,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
no
I know.
stranger as well to how slowly justice is in fact delayed here. And nothing
Right.
new. It's not even about the Duterte administration. It's a reality for all the past administration. And so that's the context. Yeah, we admit that it would be better if we could deal with things right now. But the question is being posed precisely because, look, let's face it, we don't think it's going to happen within this administration.
Well, and that's a problem. That's why I think that we need to create something internationally that has got some real legs. That's why we've been calling for an international impartial investigation done by the special rapporteurs or rapporteurs from the Office of High Commissioner of Human Rights or from selected by the UN Human Rights Commission, because that will then create the record of what actually happened and create the dynamic for accountability. That will essentially bridge the change of administration. I mean, I think if we leave it just to domestic mechanisms, as the Secretary of Justice would like us to do, we're going to get nothing. We're going to get, some platitudes. We'll get some good speeches. We'll get an ongoing process that doesn't ever seem to end, but we won't get transparency, we won't get disclosure, and we won't get justice. Just one thing, one aside about the international justice process. The fact that Duterte has said that he would never allow international investigators into the Philippines doesn't mean an investigation can't take place. There has been investigations in Syria, there's been investigations in North Korea, there's been investigations in Myanmar. All these things have produced very detailed, very credible reports without having access to the country. And so it is quite possible for the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights to do this, and they have done it. So, this whole idea that we're not going to let them in and therefore there's no way to investigate, that's just not correct. In terms of like internal reforms, I mean, obviously there's plenty of good examples out to be studied about police accountability reforms, about reforms in terms of independent investigative panels with disciplinary powers to receive complaints about police and then basically investigate and prosecute police. We've seen that, for instance, in the UK. And what happened was literally within months of that investigation commission coming up with independent authority and the real ability to go after bad cops, you saw a significant decrease in the number of rights abuses that were taking place. So there are a number of models that the Philippines could look at in terms of setting up an independent investigative mechanism outside of the authority of the president, outside the authority of the Department of Justice, that would be able to recommend real action. But again, that implies that there has to be a political commitment to make something happen. And this is where, the Duterte administration falls short. And this is where their enablers in the police department, who, of course, have even more to lose since they were the ones pulling the triggers or ordering the killings, they're just not going to go along.